What's up everyone, Karu here from My Tennis HQ. Hope you guys are doing great. And in this video I want to talk about a subject that we get a lot of requests about. There's always a lot of comments from you guys, and it is consistency. As a hitting partner, being a consistent tennis player is the reason I have my work with Miss Osaka. Without that, I'll be fired in no time. So I know a thing or two about this topic, but instead of just showing you a bunch of drills that I believe help with consistency, I want to take a little bit different approach to this. I want to show you how to create the mindset of a consistent player, something that you can apply to your everyday routine. Doesn't matter what drill you're doing, you can always be thinking about this. The goal of this video is to help you be more mindful with your shot selections and your decision making on the court, so it will help you just become naturally more consistent instead of just thinking about it all the time. Like, I need more consistency, and then you're trying to do a million things with your technique, and your head is all over the place, and you're not really focused on the right things. And to do that, first I want to show you a video of my former coach, mentor, and one of the most knowledgeable guys I've ever came across with. His name is Walter Gringo Predicman, and he kind of in a minute and a half says everything that I want to say in this video. So he simplifies in a great way. So just let's start with this video. Just pay close attention to what he's saying, and I'm sure you're already going to take a lot away from this video.
Hi guys, this is Walter Predicman with WPT Tennis, and I want to speak today a little bit of something that I believe that is really important for a tennis player who is willing to get to a higher level, and that is the connection of the player with the ball. So we need to start thinking that we're not going to receive two balls the same way. When we do that, we start imagining that we need to adjust to the ball, and the ball is not going to adjust to us. So we have a lot of information that we can process. First one is how the ball was hit to me, from where that ball is hit to me, and where is landing. When I have that, I can process some more information. There's the height of the ball, the speed of the ball, the depth of the ball, the spin of the ball, and the power. So when I have all the picture in my mind, which is, it looks like a lot, but we can do it really quick and get used to it, I start finding better positions, and my shot selection is going to be much, much better. So I'm going to do exactly what it needs to be done. I'm going to attack when I need to attack, I'm going to defend when I need to defend, and I'm going to play neutral if the situation is a neutral situation. So remember that every ball that comes to us, it brings a tag on it, and it says exactly what it needs to be done. So let's pay a lot of attention on that.
So that's one of my favorite instructions I've ever gotten from Gringo, or I've ever seen from Gringo, because it is so simple. I think tennis is, simple and complicated at the same time, but it usually comes down to us to either make it more simple or complicated. Obviously, we are at different levels. Everyone is at a different level pretty much, and what we can do and cannot do on the court varies from player to player. But the key takeaway from what Gringo said is establishing that connection with the ball, meaning that you're always aware of what the ball is asking you to do. You can't just make the decision that I will hit the ball there no matter what's happening with the ball that is coming to me. Obviously, the better you get, the more options you have for each shot that is hit to you. But you need to be aware quickly of everything that the ball is telling you, meaning the direction, the depth, the power, the height. All those things need to be processed really quickly, because the toughest part about tennis is time pressure. It's easy to just get out there and get fed a little bit and feel good about your strokes, but the moment you step on the court to play a match and your player is trying to make you uncomfortable, and that's what everyone is going to do, your mind goes all over the place, because it's like, oh my God, like you're having to make these quick decisions, adjusting to different balls all the time. And that's what Gringo said. You need to put it in your head that no ball is going to be hit the same to you. And I see a lot of juniors, recreational players, used to just hitting with someone who's good, paying someone who's very good at hitting to hit with them to make them feel good. And they're just there like great rhythm with some player who can hit the ball pretty much the same way over and over. And they just get used to that. And the moment they get to go play a match with some guy who's junking them, it's like, oh, I have much better strokes, but like this guy's just junking me. I'm like, well, he's just making you more uncomfortable than you are making him uncomfortable. So again, establishing that connection with the ball, understanding what the ball is asking from you. Are you going to be in a defensive position, a neutral position, in an offensive position, or are you just going to have a put away shot? All those things you need to try to figure out really quickly. And obviously it takes time. You need to be on the court a lot, but that's the only way to actually become consistent. And if you keep that in your head, you can work on your consistency at any point, at any drill. You're just thinking about, okay, the ball is asking me this, so I'm going to hit that sort of shot. So it's just really a mindset at first, and then you can go on the court and put in the work.
All right, so here's just me and Naomi hitting through the middle. It's nothing crazy. It's pretty much we're just warming up. And just pay attention to, the direction of the ball. We're both trying to hit through the middle and not move each other too much. That's the main goal. So controlling the direction is really important. Even if the other player, let's say, like right now, I missed a little bit wide and she found a way to hit it back to the middle. And that's kind of the first step that you need to learn, to control your direction. If you're just thinking about power and topspin, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle if you can't control your direction. So, and then as we, pick up the pace a little bit, she starts hitting a little bit harder. I need to react faster to everything that is happening, send the ball back to the middle to her. She moved me a little bit there. I was still able to get the ball through the middle for her. So I am quickly reacting to what the ball is telling me to do. Sometimes the ball comes a little too fast. I just have to bunt it back. Or sometimes the ball is a little bit too deep. I have to lift it up a little bit. All those nuances happen even just hitting through the middle. And the moment that you understand those and you're able to make the adjustments, even if you're not moving or playing points, is the first step to becoming a little more consistent on the court.
Now here's what you need to take away from this video. Like Gringo said, the ball is the one who's dictating what you're going to do with your next shot. You can't just make up your mind before your opponent hits and that's where you're going to hit. Obviously, the higher your level, the more options you're going to have to each different shot. A short ball, a deep shot, a fast shot, on the run shots. It really depends on your level. But the ball is the one who dictates it. For example, I love hitting my backhand down the line. I want to create the option to go down the line with my backhand, right? So maybe a lot of times during the match or practice, whatever, I'll hit a shot that I see that I have an opening to go with my backhand down the line. But if my opponent all of a sudden hits a great ball, even if it's to my backhand, I have the option to force it and go down the line and play a high risk shot, low percentage shot. Or, I can try to send the ball back deep to the other court, maybe through the middle or cross court again. Even though that was the shot that I wanted to play, that I thought I created the opportunity to hit. So that's something you need to keep in mind as well. Learn your favorite shots, the ones that you like to play at different, at different angles of the court, at different areas of the court that you love to hit, and also the ones that you struggle with. So next time you are on the court training and not playing, training, you can work on developing those, especially the ones that you struggle. Maybe you're playing a match and the guy is just taking it to your back and he's just hitting deep all the time and you're just not able to do anything with it. But if you're actually able to maybe just slice it back or put the ball back somehow, even if you don't win the match, gives you a chance to stay on the point. Now, the next time you go practice, you can tell your coach or your hitting partner or whatever, like, hey, I'm struggling with those shots that are coming really hard to my back and I really don't have that many options there. And then you can work on those and maybe create an option, which it could be just hitting it higher and deeper middle. Try not to get too fancy with it, especially for the recreational players who don't have that many options. Keep it simple. A hard ball that you don't really have the skill level to handle too much yet. Middle of the court, hopefully deep, and see what happens. And then with time, learn those little holes you have in your game and try to, fix them during practice. So make sure that's what's on your mind when you're playing, that you're understanding where you're good at, where you're bad at, so you can actually, practice with, in a specific mindset, and not just going out there and it's like, hey, hit balls here so I feel good. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest issue I see with a lot of recreational players in their training. So to conclude this video, remember that it's very important for you to develop a connection between you and the ball. The quicker you are to understanding what the ball is asking from you, the easier it'll be to make the right decision for the next shot, which will translate into you being more consistent on the court. Of course, there's a ton of drills for you guys to do to help with your consistency, and I'm sure there's a lot of them already online on YouTube. So, if you're already here, I'm sure you've been watching a ton of them. But the important part is for you to keep in the back of your mind that it's not just by going out and hitting 1,000 shots that you become more consistent. It's a mindset. It's looking to, understanding the nuances of the game, because like Gringo said, you're not going to hit the same ball twice. It's always going to be played differently to you, and you're going to be the one who has to make the adjustments to the ball. So keep that in mind, and I'm sure you're already going to be a little bit more consistent on your next practice, and then on your next practice, and take your time with it. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please leave a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. It really helps us. And visit mytennishq.com. I think we just posted like 10 or 12 articles there, so feel free to go check that out. Follow us on social media at mytennishq on Instagram, at mytennishq_ on Twitter, and I'll see you guys on the next one.